Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the State of the Market today. What is the state of the market after the Fed gave people what they wanted? What you want to know? Oh, the Jays go. The Blue Jays. I was joking with our Canadian people at Option Pit that like Toronto, they can't win a hockey Stanley Cup, but they're going to end up winning a baseball World Series. Maybe. Still got a ways to go. There I go. I just made all the Dodger fans upset. I'm kind of an old school Dodger fan, though, from way back when, like 80s, 70s Dodger fan. Like when the Dodgers used to play the Yankees in the World Series in the 70s. Watching Reggie Jackson destroy our dreams. It's 3-2. It's early. I know it's early. So yesterday, we talked a little bit about energy and solar going forward. Hello, Mark, Texas. The Jackie Robinson days. Just slightly after that, WA. Just slightly after the Jackie Robinson days. Not a whole lot after. Mr. October. I have to admit, though, Reggie was pretty fun to watch. I didn't like being on the receiving end of it, but the guy could step up when it mattered. That's for sure. Which, speaking of stepping up when it matters, I hinted yesterday at 9-day VIX. What is it? So remember, here in State of the Market, our job here is to inform you of things you might want to look for, might want to watch, trading opportunities, anomalies in the market, what's happening tomorrow or the next day. So this is my favorite indicator, but I'm going to explain what it is first for you, and then I'm going to show you how you can use it. Because right now, I think the market's in kind of no man's land, right? If you think about it, Meta disappointed, but I don't know. I kind of think it's a buy, to be honest. Like they oversold it because of some tax bill, or I don't know. They still are earning tons of money, but they took some heat out of it. I'm going to buy more Meta shares this morning. Be that as it may. Or maybe sell a put. I don't know. We'll talk about it in Rip Zone today. I got the 8cam operational yet. Not yet, Andrew. I've been some of my subscribers, I've been giving them a heads up on my life with my chickens. But today, you're all going to get 9-day VIX. Yeah, selling like 600 put in Meta. I don't know. I feel like that's a layup somehow. But anyway, that's not today's subject. That's just an idea that's on the top of my head for all those that are inclined. I figure buying it at 600 or 580 bucks or whatever is better than buying it at 800 bucks. Call me crazy. Am I in the egg business is the question. Not yet. I still need Justin to document my chicken coop building. I took pictures of it the whole time. Anyway, I'm digressing. For all you people that raise your own chickens, put us something in the comments saying either I raise chickens, I wish I would have raised chickens, or I've never thought about raising chickens except just going to the market and buying some eggs. Scavenger, I got one I never out of 230 people. That's good to know people are paying attention somewhat. I thought Toronto was a hockey town. Oh, your daughter has ducks? That's nice. My cousin raises ducks for AIDS. I know chicken ranchers. My mom raised on a farm, had a lot of chickens. Hans is celebrating some odd baseball victory. So there are, there's a little bit going on here. My son has become a certified chicken farmer as a hobby. I didn't even know you could become certified. Anyway, right now I just got to get rid of the fox, but that's another matter. So the first thing is understanding so if I ask you a question, when you look at the market, where do you get information? Oh, my herd size right now, well, it was 6 chickens and a rooster. Now it's 5 chickens and a rooster. The fox ate my chicken. It had chicken parmesan one night. So when you're trading, isn't everybody always looking for information? Like, hey, I want some information. How many people know there's actually information just in the market screens in front of you? So when you look at a screen, right? And VIX is struggling right now to really do anything here. I think we got to wait for Apple earnings. So there's a couple of this VIX 9-day here. I'm going to show a chart of it. This is the chart. It looks a lot like VIX. Okay, pretty similar, right? If you laid them up, they're going to have a pretty strong correlation, probably 99.5% or something like that. VIX and 9-day VIX. But let's look at the last month. Okay. So you can get this on Thinkorswim. I believe it's VIX 9-day. Now I want you to notice something for a trend here. So what is 9-day VIX? It's taking options that cluster around 9 days out in the S&P 500, and it's sampling the volatility of all options with a bid. That's what's happening. So, and what it does is it presents an index. So it's the same methodology as the VIX here, however, on shorter term options. Now, if I asked you, what's the biggest difference between an option expiring 9 days and an option expiring in 30 days? It's time decay, right? It's time decay. So when you look at this, oopsie, I lost all my stuff here. Where's my other thing go? Oh, there it is. Good. All right, there we go. Right. So when traders buy short-term options, right? When they buy short-term options, what do they think is going to happen? Right. If you're a trader, you're a professional or a retail customer and you're buying 9-day options, what are you looking for? You want action. You want a lot of action. So what VIX 9-day does, it tells you how traders are feeling for short-term action. Does everybody get that? Right? You're trying to get a sense, I want short-term action. Now, what that is that's a sentiment. So when I was a floor trader way back when, we only had 9-day options for about 2 weeks a month, right? Because that's when our monthly expiration went down to 2 weeks in the old days. Okay, in the old days, right? But we had dailies, we had weeklies, we had monthlies, we had leaps. It's just we didn't have them listed all the time. We just got them once the expiration got down to there. Less opportunity, basically. Right now, there's literally infinite opportunity trading options. But the 9-day VIX, right? This is a thing now. It couldn't exist until the SIBO listed weeklies in the S&P SPX. But now we have them. So this indicator, like when it goes up and down, you're getting a sense of what traders think might happen. Okay. So when you're looking at this now, here, let's just take a little look. And let's see, let's see if we can follow the sort, let's call it following the rhythm. Is this the one? I lost my live vol page somewhere. I always lose it somewhere. There we go. All right. Okay, let's take a look. So our 9-day VIX, right, here's today. We peaked. And now what's happening, right? We peaked. We got a little green candle there. Let's do the other chart. Let's make it easier on ourselves. Let's do 10 days, right? Okay. So right now, the market's basically struggling to decide if volatility is going to go higher into whatever is going to happen, meaning the FOMC has come out. Half of big tech has come out. We're still waiting for Apple and Amazon. My guess is, right, it doesn't look like it wants to do very much right now. That's what I would, when I look at this, you can't, the sentiment basically, so if you're looking at a level, okay, it's lower than it was yesterday going into the Fed, going into earnings. It did make a low of the day, but we haven't broken through recent lows. Does everybody see that 9-day volatility? We have not gone through recent lows yet. So basically, this is the most sensitive indicator, I believe, that's available just to the retail public, everybody. Now, guess what I think is going to happen if 9-day VIX drops below its recent low, or even let's say a 30-day low. This hasn't changed since Trump did his what, right? This was the Trump thing with Z. Do you see how we haven't gotten back to that sentiment yet? Does everybody see that? We have not returned back to that area. Now, this is, of course, a prediction tool. But if I see this number make a new low, okay, make a new low, right? That's going to be, to me at least, that's a real symbol of a signal that market wants to go higher. Because all of a sudden, what is happening to the change in sentiment? Right? Volatility, right? That's a loaded word. It's just, right? how much traders want to pay for time. And we haven't had short-term sentiment look like this in quite a while. Does everybody see this chart? So right now, I still think the market could beat back and forth a little bit, at least until when? Elderick is saying a new low in 9 or greater days of period of time. The new low, Elderick, can happen tomorrow. It could happen today. The lower this number is, generally, the more bullish you want to be. Nina T is saying maybe till after the government shutdown ends. That's possible, but this is where the government shutdown was. Right? The government shutdown presupposes not a lot of movement. I would say if we drop below this number here today, tomorrow, I think you want to stay long SPY. Again, until it doesn't, right? Until there's the next tweet or something like that. But pretty bullish signal in my point of view for SPY. We might not see that today, though. Tomorrow could be totally different because we still have to wait for earnings. I think the market wants to see Apple earnings at this point because remember, Apple now is trading at all-time high. Does that keep going or not? And I think that's kind of where we are. It's going to be hard for volatility to stay here, though, if we're not really doing very much. But what I'm trying to give you here is this is the relatively sensitive part of VIX. This will move a lot. Now, everybody is going to get a goodie here, I think. All right, here's a couple of things. What I try to give you is basically what are you doing? What are you buying? What are you trading? You are trading. This is what you're trading. You're trading the at-the-money volatility, at-the-money sentiment for SPX for a 9-day option. Right? VIX is just the 9-day at-the-money volatility. Average. Right? It takes the entire strip of options and gives you an average vol. Now, if 9-day VIX is 16, you expect 1% per day in SPY at least. Okay? That's the math. Are we getting that today so far? Are we getting 1% today in SPY and SPX? No. 24 is 1.5%. 32 is 2%. So what I'm giving you here is this is the market expectation. Traders are saying, I think we're going to move this much. So how many places can you get information where traders are telling you what they think for the future? How many other places do you actually see a future number now? Twitter. Well, straddles, but I'm going to say straddles are kind of in here, right? Here, I'll show you something. So when I look at this, when I look at the chart of, let's say, Apple, if I knew how to spell Apple, what is this chart telling me about the future? I mean, Leisha's good at this, but I'm not. Like, basically, your information ends there. Options actually give you information going forward. W is saying, this implies options are overpriced. It's probably a good time for an iron condor, but that's a whole different subject. Okay. So you're getting information here. The market is giving you an idea like, so in my mind, how fast should volatility go down if the market stops, if all of a sudden our news comes out? What you're getting an idea of is how fast option premiums can rise and fall. And if you like buying or selling options, that's helpful. It also, I think, is helpful for direction and SPX. Right? We only got a couple more minutes. So here is a chart of what we call realized volatility, how much the market moves. Now, this is an idea of, do you notice how this number that's around a 12 realized vol? Let's see, right? It's basically saying how much is the average move over the last 10 days. Here, let me get up this now. There we go. All right, so I'm going to look at SPX. And we're going to look at, I need that color. It's got to be a little nicer color here for us. All right. Now, do you guys see how much the market is actually moving close to close right now? Right around 10%. So our 9-day VIX is trading around 5.5, 6 points above that. In my view, the market is looking for news to come out still. It could be Trump and Xi, it could be Apple earnings, whatever. We are waiting for some news event, and then I would assume we would get a drop in volatility, because vol is trading so much over how much the market's actually moving. 9-day VIX trading way over what the market's actually moving. All right. Now, here's my last little signal for you here as we're kind of ending up the day. Right now, we're going to send this sheet out to you, I believe, with the video. There'll be a link or something Christian is going to set up. If you want to actually use this in your trading, weekly profit cycles, I guess they're going to give me a link here sooner or later. But these are all things you could, right? Little hints along the way. Right? In general, when 9-day VIX is going down, SPY should be going up. And if 9-day VIX is going up, SPY should be going down. Again, broad strokes. Okay. How good, thank you, Ryan. How solid is your SPY rally? VIX 9 days should decline. VIX 9 days should decline when you have a SPY rally. You should have, right? Those are confirming. In general, if I lead with a SPY drop, meaning SPY going down, you should see VIX 9-day rise. If it stops going up, that's usually, I'm going to say it's a pretty good bottom signal. Okay. Again, this is an indicator that you can watch. If you're interested in trading short-term options, it helps. Now, here's the thing I like. This is, I think, one of the best, easiest indicators overall. This gives you what I would call a midterm sentiment. If VIX is below the 9-day, you're expecting SPX to move more or less, like to move more. SPX should be moving more if VIX is below the 9-day. So that means 9-day VIX is higher, VIX is lower. If VIX is above the 9-day, expect SPX to move less. Right? So what do we have right now? I have a 9-day VIX of 1595, and I have a VIX of 1714. Right? So while we might have a little elevated short-term vol because of Trump's in China, right? Looking for that 10, 15 point gap maybe on some China news, which is, I think, where the pricing is right now. Let's see what he comes up with. Apple news. Right now, the market, I would say, is still, right? It's still, you want to lean, even though we're down a little today, you still want to lean a little long somehow. I would not get overly short this market because that's the vol signal I see currently. Andrew, can we go over these indicators in Rip Zone? We can. We are going to do gamma scalping still, but we can go over them. We'll go over them more. So, what do I see? I see we're waiting for news. That's what we're waiting for. The market's on edge. We're waiting for news. Volatility is going to keep ranging higher, even though the Fed basically said, we cut rates. We might cut, we might not. That probably kept VIX from dropping a bunch because they still like, well, we don't know. They throw more uncertainty out there instead of more certainty. So this is the market we have today. If you're interested in this kind of trading, understanding how to trade volatility and SPY, weekly profit cycles, that's my product. We meet 3 days a week. Check the links there. Sign up. You'll like it. You'll learn a ton. You'll learn to manage your own hedge fund. And right now, we're just waiting for anything to happen. And lastly here, we will make sure you get a copy of this document, wherever it went. There we go. We will put this available for you somehow, some way. All right. And this is just a little primer on the interplay between VIX, 9-day VIX, and SPY. All right. There's lots of information in the market. You just got to know where to look for it. All right. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you every day. And I'm done. You guys have a good day. Thank you for attending all of our events at Option Pit. Thank you, guys.